Happy New Year and welcome back to the 2025 season of Growing Your Own Foods. I am Alethea and I am with GroLeafy, and if you've never met me, here I am. I'm full of energy. I act really silly and I don't care. I just have a good time out in the garden and I want to take care of myself, grow food and eat and share the knowledge and the things I'm learning with you. But in this video, we are going to be just briefly, straight to the point, looking at how to read a seed packet. When I first started gardening, I had no clue how to read a seed packet. Not at all. Like, it was really bad, y'all. It was really bad. And so I want to show you, especially, particularly those that are for beginners, gardeners. If you are a beginner gardener, this is going to be very helpful for you. I have my little kit here. Look at here. Oh, let me show you something else too. I'm in my kitchen right now, but I'm gonna lift this up. This shelf thing is really cool. I'll see if I can find it like online for you and just attach the link. I put the seed, I put the tray in there, and as you can see, look, and it just drops in there. Very, very convenient, and I store it in my basement. Let me throw that aside. But it's so cool. These cases, I store all the seeds in there. I even put the seeds even in a little tiny sandwich Ziploc type baggy thingy. It's closed, it's dried, and they last for a very long time and they're protected. And that's really important. You want to protect your seeds. But I collect seeds from various companies. I'm not just locked into one. However, So Right Seeds has sent me out some seeds this year. I'm really excited. I can't wait to get that package, that shipment. And so I'm going to also link to you a discount for 10% that they are giving me to give to my followers. Because that is one thing. If you're going to be sending something, what are my followers going to be getting? So that's really important. So make sure you check out the comments description. Just check out. If you don't find it, just send me a message and I'll send it to you so that you can get that discount code. But I'm going to show you how to read a packet. Now, over the years, I've gotten packets from different places. M.I. Gardener. I even go to Burpee, down the street at a big box store if I need that, or to a local nursery, Botanical Interest. Let's see, what else? True Leaf Market. Just really, I've gone on different sites and just said I need a particular seed, and then I find it wherever it may be, and then they send it to me. So I'm gonna read the back of a seed packet for you just so that you can understand just the 101 basics to how to read a seed packet, because it's important and it's very, very helpful. First of all, let me get my glasses. Okay, y'all, I got some new glasses. First of all, I didn't want to get these glasses because I didn't want to wear bifocals, but they are bifocals or whatever they call bifocals, progressives. So I hope they look okay. These, y'all are the first one seeing me in this. All right. Oh, yes. Now I can read it. Okay. So, for example, yellow scallop squash. On the front, this is M.I. Gardener, awesome company, and it's an annual, right? There are 20 seeds in the seed packet. Look at this pencil. My child probably colored on this a long time ago. Anywho, so the first thing I noticed on here, it's packed for 2025, so it lets you know that this is for the upcoming growing season, and even how to store it. Store in a cool, dark, dry place. And that's why I have mine stored in a thing like this, and then I have it stored in a dark, cool place in my basement. They give you a description of the seed. That's very helpful to know. Sometimes they'll even tell you how you can use it, how you can cook it, what it goes well with it, and even if there are nutritional values within this plant or this fruit or this vegetable that you are growing. It tells you whether it's a direct sow, which basically means that you're putting the seed directly into the ground. So when the soil is workable, that's when you would direct sow it. If it's not, you won't be able to. You can still start this inside as well. So I even tend to start a lot of my squash plants inside, indoors, but they don't have to. They do direct sow really greatly. If you don't have the ability to start inside, you do not have to. And let's see, days to germinate. So it takes 5 to 10 days before you'll actually see the seed starting to sprout. And then it gives you the temperature as well, the germination temperature, 70 degrees, 21 Celsius. So this tells you that it needs to be in this temperature. This is the most appropriate to have a temperature like this in order to have that germination success. So you may be wondering, why isn't this germinating? Well, maybe it's just too cold for this kind of seed. days to maturity. So this is a 50-day type plant. So that doesn't take very long. This can grow within 50 days. So that means that you can plant this multiple times in the growing season, depending on how many days. I can replant this a few times in my growing season. I'm in zone 7 in Kentucky. And so if you make a mistake or it doesn't work out well, then grow it again. Also, succession planting, you can continually start a new pack of seeds to germinate every 2 to 3 weeks. Plant spacing, you need 36 inches between the plants. That means the plants need spacing. You don't want to plant them just 1 foot apart. You want to make sure that they have enough space, because this kind of plant takes up a lot of space. So in a 3 by 3 foot raised bed that I have, I'm usually putting just one plant in there. Okay, but when you germinate it, make sure you watch my videos, because I will show you how many seeds that you can put in at a time to get it started, and then you got to thin it out. So, but once the plant progresses to its big original mature size, you really just want to have that one plant in that space of like 3 by 3 foot. And then the squash size, it tells you how large that squash can actually grow, the fruit, from 3 to 4 inches. And then also on here, there's even more information about description. Look here, avoid pulling or twisting the fruit to prevent damage to the plant. So it tells you how to even correctly harvest it. And then even the depth. This is very helpful. Look at that, the depth of how deep these seeds can go. So this seed, look, 1/2 inch deep. That means it's a fairly large seed. So 1/2 inch deep, plant 2 to 3 seeds in the mound. So that's what I was talking about. And further on in these coming weeks, when I start planting in these coming months, I will show you exactly how to do that and what that looks like. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so you can see what that looks like. But you can plant 2 to 3 seeds in that mound. So in that little tiny area, just to get it germinated. And once it germinates, you save the strongest one, you take the other ones out. And then it requires full sun. So that's really important, especially when it comes to encouraging pollinators to see the plant. You want to have blooms, and those blooms, all that, it's going to need for photosynthesis. It's going to need full sun. And so you're wondering, why is this plant not producing fruit? Well, maybe it's not getting enough sun. And so it's not photosynthesizing well. So it's not producing blooms. And so then that affects the pollinators for coming out and producing fruit and helping to pollinate it so that it produces fruit. Okay, so that's an example of one seed packet. Let's take a look at another one. So this is botanical interest. Okay, and so on the front pack, look, it tells you how much it actually costs. And let's see, it has the original Latin term of what it's called, but this is a dinosaur kale. It has on here the frost tolerance. So it tells you 21 to 62 days. It is a frost tolerant plant. So that means you can plant this in the cooler weather, sow in the early spring or late summer, preferably in the cooler temperatures, whereas this needs that hot summer. You would not put this in that cooler temperature. For my grow zone, I would not put this down in March. That would not be a happy thing. It would not succeed. It would just die out. Okay. And so this is also an heirloom seed, and it tells you exactly kind of like how you can utilize it. Look, it's a hardiness, great in soups, stews, grain dishes, or you can eat it even raw in salads. And then what's on the side here? We are dedicated to inspire and educating the gardener in you. That's why we put even more helpful information inside. Awesome. So there's more helpful information inside. But on the seed packet as well, there's a pretty much in-depth description. It tells you what kind of plant this is. It's a dinosaur kale. And as well, important information, days to emerge. Okay, days to emerge. You also need to keep your soil moisturized during that time so that the seeds get moisturized and so that they could actually germinate. 1/4 inch deep. So these seeds are much smaller, whereas on here, it was a half inch deep. This is a larger seed. This is just 1/4 inch deep. A group of 3 seeds every 18 inches. So the row spacing is 24 inches. Thinning, you can thin it when it's time. And the days to maturity, look, 21 to 62 days to maturity. So on here, the squash actually produces much quicker. Look at that, 50 days. But with the kale, the good thing about that is that you can start harvesting at that lower 21 days, some of those young leaves. So you can start harvesting. Don't pull the whole plant out, just start harvesting some of the leaves. And then also there's more description, how big that it actually grows to, let's see, just 21 days, when 2 inches to 4. Okay. Yeah, that's when you can actually start harvesting some of the young leaves. Grows full plant size in about 2 months. And when to sow outside, 1 to 2 weeks before your average last frost date. So my last average frost date is typically around April the 21st. I haven't looked at exactly yet for today, but April the 21st, around that time. And so I can plant it before my frost date because this is a frost tolerant plant, and when to start inside. So it's recommended that you can start it inside if you want to have a healthy transplant 4 to 6 weeks before your average last frost date. So you can start that pretty early on, and you can start the seeds indoors and then transplant in them outdoors whenever that is time. Open pollinated and untreated, and more information there. Here's also another seed packet by Burpee. This is what I got just at a big box store. Sometimes I just have to go there because it's quick. It's what I need to get right away. And it is what it is. And sometimes that's all that people have access to. So wherever you go, some people go to the dollar store to get their seeds. Wherever you need to go, just make sure that you read through the seed packet. If you don't know, send me a message and I can try and answer your questions, or just research online. I'll even add in any additional links that I think might be helpful for this video, like even apps that I use that are very helpful as I'm preparing to start my seeds indoors and transplanting outside. There was something I want to mention to you. Let's see, anything in particular? Keep watching my videos because I'm going to have a lot of information that's going to be available to you, but just know that it's a process. It will take time. Don't expect that you will know everything all at once. I still don't know everything, and I will never know everything. I am always learning, and there's always something new. And mistakes happen, and you will learn from it, and I've learned from it. But just know that this is just your basic things that you just need to know to have at least a successful germination and to get started. But start getting your seeds, buy your packets, because every year companies do run out of stock of what they have. And sometimes it gets difficult to find the things that you want. So if you want to get it, you want what you want, get it right now and check out the links that I'm going to have for you. But remember to grow, eat, and self-care. And I'll see you all next time in the next video. Bye.